What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is episode 9 of Showcase Central. I am your host, Nate Branco here, and I have a big story to talk about with you guys today. So grab your drink, grab a snack, just sit back, chill out, and relax. I am here to talk about a very famous pitcher that probably has been on the mound for a good 65-70% of the season of the 2026 campaign. He has been involved in a lot of trade talks. He has been involved on what's going to happen to him next year. What will he be paid? And just a lot of crazy stuff, man. A lot of crazy bullshit. So I am actually here to talk about some realistic trade talks and especially the teams that are interested in him this trade deadline that will be coming up in August. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys my top 5. I might throw in a 6th in there as a dark horse for me. So these are my top 5 teams that I think actually have a good realistic chance at getting Tarik Skubal. I have the Chicago Cubs at number 5 because let's be real, they are hurting right now. They do not have the same pitching rotation they did from opening day. From number 1 through 5, they have Matthew Boyd, Cade Horton, he's out for the season. Edward Cabrera, Shota Imanaga. In number 5, Jameson Taillon. He pitched last night against the Giants on Sunday Night Baseball. I was watching the game. Dude did not last very long. And he will be going into the 15-day IL. And nowadays, they still have Imanaga. They have Matthew Boyd hoping to come back from injury probably in another 2 weeks or so. He's going to rehab. They still have Edward Cabrera. And then you have a reliever, Ben Brown. They've been going through some relievers. I know some people, some teams, they have a bullpen game, which is respectable. You want to rest the pitching, but that really hasn't been much of the case for the Cubs. They've had Imanaga struggling. They've had Edward Cabrera struggling. That Cubs rotation, honestly, could really use a guy like Tarik Skubal, an ace that's definitely freaking unstoppable. Very good. At number 4, I have the Toronto Blue Jays. This poor pitching squad, man. They have been through the ringer. From opening day, they had Gausman. They had Dylan Cease, who they grabbed in the offseason on a big, huge deal. They had Eric Lauer, Cody Ponce, Max Scherzer. I know Eric Lauer and Cody Ponce are not much of anything. And then I know they haven't had Trey Savage nor Shane Bieber. Shane Bieber hasn't pitched at all in 2026. He's going through injury. Trey Savage hasn't really been much in the rotation this year. Then nowadays, you still have Gausman. Cease is injured. Shane Bieber hopefully will be coming back very soon in that rotation. Now you have Trey Savage, who's actually doing some heavy lifting for that rotation. Then you still have Scherzer that's out. They've actually been another team that's been placing in the bullpen. They've been trying to hold that pitching rotation afloat. Eric Lauer, he's not there anymore. He's traded. Cody Ponce, injured. So they've been going through the bullpen game a little bit, just like the Cubs. Honestly, let's be real. Gausman, an ace. Cease in his own right is an ace. Scherzer, once upon a time, was an ace. They've been going through guys like Patrick Corbin, an established veteran. Having a guy like Tarik Skubal will actually do really well in that rotation. He's an ace along with another group that's pretty unstoppable in their own right. If you have guys like Gausman, Cease, Skubal, Corbin, if you want to add him in there, but I wouldn't really. Savage, Scherzer, that's actually a pretty good rotation, let's be real. I feel like they were one pitcher away from actually putting away the Dodgers last year and actually winning the World Series. You actually add Tarik Skubal to that rotation come July or August, you might have a chance of winning the World Series. Okay, let's talk about number 3. Number 3 is the Philadelphia Phillies. Oh my God. Let me tell you guys this right now. If they pull off getting Skubal, it's game over. It's game over for the league. Because, and I know we still have the Dodgers in the NL, but honestly, postseason a different ballgame, folks. In my opinion, I do think that if they grab him, it's done. It's done. Because let's be real, the Phillies, from the rotation they had from the beginning of the season, opening day, up until now, they actually look good. They do. And I like it. For the opening day, they had Sanchez as the ace. They had Luzardo, Nola, Taijuan Walker. He's not there anymore. He's released. And then you have Andrew Painter, the young kid. From then until now, you had Zach Wheeler that was coming back from blood clots. I'm glad he's back. And then the rest of the rotation's actually been healthy. You still have Sanchez at 1. You got 2. Now you have solid number 2 in Zach Wheeler, Jesus Luzardo, Aaron Nola, and then you have Andrew Painter. I do think that if Skubal is actually added into that rotation, I could definitely see him being the number one guy, even though Sanchez has been phenomenal this year. But honestly, if you were to ask me, Skubal or Sanchez, I'm definitely going to roll with Skubal, man, because the guy's a 2-time Cy Young winner. But that's honestly a really good rotation. And honestly, Andrew Painter, I know the kid's like 24 years old, but he hasn't looked all that this year. He really has not. Philadelphia Phillies fans are being impatient with him. He's been through the farm system a long time, and if he doesn't progress, whether he does or not, he's a guy I can see in trade talks with Skubal. I can see a young pitcher like him being sent over there to the Tigers, and they will definitely add 2 to 3 prospects because I know that would be a mega deal. I could see them adding a kid like a shortstop, Aiden Miller, who's another one that's been through the system. I could definitely see Painter and Miller and maybe even another pitching prospect definitely sent in a proposed deal like that. Number 2, we have the New York Yankees. Oh, man. This is interesting. This really is interesting. Because from opening day, you had Fried, Cam Schlitter, Will Warren, Ryan Weathers, and then you had Luis Gil. Oh, man. Let me tell you this now, folks. Now you have Garrett Cole back from Tommy John. And now you have Carlos Rondon back. Cam Schlitter's been awesome. Max Fried, I know he's out, but honestly, that Yankees rotation has been doing well as of late. You have Cole, Schlitter, Rondon. You still have Ryan Weathers in there. Ryan Weathers was a bullpen guy that has actually now been turned into a starting pitcher, and he's been holding his own. This would be very interesting because who actually gets dealt here? Who gets dealt? Is it somebody like a Will Warren? Is it somebody like a Ryan Weathers? Or even a veteran? Maybe like Carlos Rondon. I don't see Cam Schlitter being dealt to Detroit because the Yankees love him. He's been awesome this year. He's a guy that is considered to be a AL Cy Young award winner. I definitely would put him up in there. That is one stacked rotation right there. That really is. And that rotation right there could actually put the AL through the gauntlet throughout the playoffs. Especially with Fried coming back, which will eventually be maybe in another month. Fried, Skubal, Schlitter, Cole, maybe Rondon. And that would kill the AL East. That really would. That would kill my Sox, put them out of their misery for the year. They could possibly throw in a Spencer Jones. They will definitely add at least two young pitchers in there Definitely some prospects will be going to Detroit. And then you have, of course, number one, the LA Dodgers World Series champs. Oh, man. They will probably give up the farm for this dude. You could see a young kid like Emmett Sheehan, and you could see two infielders being given up here. The Dodgers don't care. They still have a really good farm system. Of course, Detroit is going to eat that shit up with the type of talent that they have over there as of right now. Detroit is hurting. Detroit is hurting on pitchers. So, of course, getting somebody like an Emmett Sheehan or Justin Robleski, heck, even a Roki Sasaki, I don't even think is that protective for the Dodgers to give up. Because, they love their Otanis. They love their Yamamotos. It's just going to be some crazy stuff that will probably blow up the baseball world. And, yeah. Good luck, baseball, if that actually happens. I think the baseball world would riot. Maybe even me. Maybe even me. The Dodgers, in the very beginning of the season, they had Yamamoto as their ace. They had Emmett Sheehan. They had Tyler Glasnow. Tyler Glasnow, he's now injured. And in comes Justin Robleski. Then you had Sasaki, and then you had Ohtani at number 5. Nowadays, you have Ohtani as your ace. Then you got Yamamoto. Of course, Sasaki's still there. Now you have Robleski and then Sheehan. Not much has changed, honestly. It's just the absence of Tyler Glasnow. But like I said, definitely those 2-3 young pitchers, I could definitely see them being given up. And it's just the way business works in the MLB, folks. I will say this, though. I do have a dark horse team. I have a dark horse team that could actually give up the straight-up farm. This team had once one of the best farm systems in baseball. And nowadays, it's backfiring on them because of trades that they've made back then. And that is the San Diego Padres. Why? Because San Diego loves to grab these guys, but it hasn't really worked out much in their favor. It seems as if they don't have much to offer nowadays. Like, their farm system is now, like, way low. It's not high as it used to be. Their top prospect is actually their catcher, which is Ethan Salas, who is about the age of 18, if I'm not mistaken. I know he was up in the farm system when he was like 16. But yes, I do feel like that they would give up somebody like him. San Diego is that type to go all out. Anybody remember the Juan Soto trade from a few years back? That was nuts. I do see San Diego actually grabbing him. That would be great for them because they do not have a true ace. Because honestly, is Nick Pivetta really your ace? Is Michael King really your ace? Because honestly, to begin the season, they had Pivetta as their ace. Then they had Michael King. They had Randy Vasquez. German Marquez. He sucks. And then you have Walker Buehler. He sucks. They still have Michael King. They got Vasquez. They picked up Lucas Giolito. Walker Buehler. Now they have Griffin Canning pitching. That is not going to survive you in the playoffs, guys, if you even get there. Because, honestly, that ain't enough. That's a first-round wild card exit. Just with that rotation alone. San Diego, in my opinion, needs a true ace to actually try to get them over the hump. They are not going to get over the hump in the NL West, But if you want to get past the wild card, getting somebody like Tarik Skubal, I think wouldn't be enough, but at least it would take you at least a game. If they were to grab another pitcher aside from Tarik Skubal, then I think that they will be fine. But that is my dark horse team. Those are my top 5. Well, 5 plus 1. So, if you want, call it 6. So, ladies and gentlemen, here I go with my DraftKings Lock of the Day, Nate Branco edition. So here I have number 1. We got Sal Stewart with a home run for tonight. Gavin Williams with 6 Ks. And then the very last one, I have Ben Rice with 2 RBIs. That is my lock of the night, ladies and gentlemen. This has been pretty well. I've had fun with this conversation. So, like and subscribe on Showcase Central. Ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. My niece is here and I'm going to go hang out with her. So enjoy the day. It's beautiful outside. And I just want to say, stay blessed. I'll see you guys on Friday.